Good times, my fellow humans. If it is not good, then it's about to get better. Welcome to the Be Different podcast. My name is Nekesa Ochieng, and I am glad to have you here. And trust me now, from then on, I had my fair share of now the toxicity manipulation. Kwanza when I entered church, tried dating this no offense Christian saved people.
Church boy.
No offense, but where
After
it's
Majimoto.
the person. It's the person.
that's the thing. How do you there's a day I asked me, are you really saved? Like, are you really, like, what is, because me now as the newbie in this getting serious with God, this guy has been there for so many years.
Yeah.
So even after I'm
Are you really saved?
saved.
Because I came across really messy.
Aki, that was messy.
Easier.
Yeah, thanks. But that really showed me, by the way,
Yeah.
I'd really put myself down.
Yeah.
I had really put myself down. I can repeat that like 5 times because I did everything. Yani, this guy, oh Jesus, help me God.
Love
Yeah,
yourself
you need
more.
to really love yourself. You need to value yourself.
Yeah.
If you there's what you really need to aim for.
Yeah.
Like even the people you're hanging out with, your friends, they show who you really
And even as
know who you are.
as women, I think we've been blessed to have an instinct that
Yeah.
inner. And I think the minute you know that you're not loving yourself right is when you keep quieting that voice down. And the more you ignore it and quiet it down, the quieter it becomes. So sometimes even as a woman, especially when you're dating, there's that thing that tells you, that doesn't sound right, or there's a way this man is moving that is not right, And so when you try and listen to that and maybe try and find out, more often than not, you're not wrong. But sometimes you tell yourself, okay, but I feel like things are going so well. Perhaps if I could just do a little bit more, he'll change. I don't know. That's where we go wrong. That's where
we go wrong. But anyway, aside from now like dating
Yes.
in couples, there's also this other side of just being in new spaces.
Yes.
I believe you guys have been in new spaces,
Yeah.
new relationships, new workplace, a new set of friends.
Yeah.
What goes on in your head like before you get to that comfortable space with these people?
Am I pretty enough? Am I successful enough? Do they think I'm rich enough? And it's always, am I enough in this aspect? And then now I've just learned to do something that I've always wanted to do, but I often did not. I'm just me. I'm talkative. I'm very unhappy when I am made to quiet down or talking, expressing myself is my happy place. So I'm just like, I express myself as long as I'm not being disrespectful, I'm not crossing boundaries, I'll just be me. And if those people connect with me from a level of me being authentic, then those are my people.
Facts.
If they don't, I mean, it's been real. It was good when it lasted. Let's keep it pushing.
Yeah.
And then I also not try to reduce myself or try to portray something that I'm not just to be able to fit in.
Yeah.
It's hard because peer pressure in adulthood is real.
It's real.
But I try to do that. Yeah.
New spaces.
So I'm not really still gopangi new spaces.
Okay.
I usually look forward to like meeting new people and new personalities and all that. So me kwa tu, if maybe nitaona outfit mzuri ama maybe nitachiki mse ameng'ara, I'll just in my head kutakuwa tu na those weird conversations. Ule mse anakafiti. Na ile nini. Na cause most of the time I have like my if I'm niko place sijuani na wase, I'm just listening to music. So I'm just usually in like a small space until maybe when we have to interact. Because then after we interact, now nitajua, okay, this maybe hatuja vibe sana. And then you'll know your tribe and when yamja.
But for me, it takes a lot of effort. First, it takes a lot of intentionality to say, I'm in this new space and I'm going to put myself out, because I can be there, but I'm not there. One. Then two, even just the intentionality of saying, okay, I'm opening up and I don't care what you think of me.
Yeah.
Just not caring about what you think of me is number one. Because then it means I'll say what I want. I'll do what I want. I'll just, these are my thoughts about this ABC. Yes, na nimemaliza. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, I'll talk. I'll always have an opinion. And then and then thirdly, also, like when I lived there, I realized I used to do this a lot. I used to go back and wondering, sasa nilisema hiyo ya nini? I used to do that a lot. Like, sasa, mbona ulikuwa unaongea?
Yeah.
I used to do that a lot, like beat myself up. Like, guy, did you see Sindani's face when you were talking? Ooh, you should have just kept quiet. Like, why were you even talking? Why were you? I realized those things used to really plague me, and I felt like at some point I wanted someone to tell me, oh, you did well, or oh, your comment was nice, but that doesn't come. Lazima ujijaze. It doesn't come, and it won't come.
And even when it does, it shouldn't like even be so impactful. It
shouldn't be
that's the thing you are waiting for. I've never thought of it like that.
So I realized, but most often it doesn't come, especially when you need it the most, or when you feel like you need it the most. For me, I had to run through those trenches of, what did you do? What did you say? Why did you have to talk? Okay, maybe it's because in my workspace, let me just use that again. I find myself in rooms where you're either like one or two ladies. So like there's so many men, and when you're asked to speak, hata ukiulizwa uongee ni kama unajiintroduce kwanza.
Equality.
Kwanza ni kama tu exactly. Ama tu you've been brought to balance the numbers. Actually, it's usually like, just mentioned clearly.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Okay, so ukishajiintroduce wanaongea, then when you throw in your car voice, then they just go on. Like no, like that was nothing happened. Then they're like, guys, what just happened? Why did they even talk? But I realized, saki kujua, I roll with them. I'm like, I will talk and my voice will be heard, whether it will make impact or not. I'll say it. This is my opinion and this is my thought, and I'll just put it out there. Because we are rarely given that space to even talk. We are rarely given space to contribute in those spaces, and we always have to work twice as hard to be noticed, to dress more, to dress in a very catchy way for someone to even notice you and ask you then. Oh you lady
with the blonde hair.
You lady with, then you're described according to, yes, you lady with,
you have to be extra brilliant.
Yes. Uende shule, mwanaume ni sauti alipewa, just a heavy voice, and they just put on suits. What else do they do? They just come there and just
and men take up space. I don't know why. As women, we've been socialized to be so, sometimes even in our posture. Look at a man. A man will walk into an enemy, they take up space. They're there on a Zoom call being so loud. Men really take up space differently from us women. It's going to take a lot of unlearning and relearning to learn that even us, we deserve to be here too. And we can also just take up space as equally.
And personally, just being in those spaces a lot has shown me ni kizungu tu. It's just English and a lot of words. Nothing new comes out of what they're saying, or nothing. So that's the other incidents that came to me. The second guessing, or really focusing on what you said, you're just replaying that scenario. Have we talked about self-sabotage and negative self-talk? Who's ever experienced that?
That is me.
I have.
Tell us about it.
I haven't, not even once. Not even once, not even twice. You know, like it's happened a couple of times. The most recent, what did I do? I think it was linked to a guy. Yeah, I think it was linked to a guy because I had to, like, I've known this person for almost a whole year. And probably by the 5th month, I believe nilikuwa nishamjua. Like, nilikuwa nishajua there's nothing. Kuna kitu tunafanya. There's nothing. But it's been a year.
Since then.
Yeah, so there's this comment, so let me just like let me just put it on the table.
Please.
So what happened? You know, like how you meet someone, may vibe. It's effortless. You know, it's plus. For me, let me say for me, intimacy is intentional. Yeah. So if I choose to be intimate with you, it's like to me connect on a like a.
It's the ultimate.
Like eo. You know. So plus now this was different because even after the first phase, it didn't change immediately, but I wouldn't call them lies because adanganyi but asemi
Omission. Lies by omission.
but asemi na mi najua. Okay, si ati najua nadanganya, but najua ameomit kitu anajua anafaa ni show something like that, you know. So imagine ni msichana working out of Nairobi. So let's say si tumejuana, we've never had that talk of being ati tutakuwa exclusive, but anytime we try to talk about it, it seems like we're getting there. You know. Anaweka words
I'm relating so hard.
Anaweka zile maneno zinafaa kuwekwa, you know. Anajua nini anasema, unadhani anajua nini anasema. So he traveled for work for maybe, let's say, 4 months. 4 months out of the year, so 4 months. Imagine time yote mimi niko hapo ati namgoja, you know.
He's coming back.
Anakuja, you know, tunaongeanga. And then the weird thing is we never even used to talk that much. And I didn't mind that at all.
You were comfortable.
I was okay with it. Maybe in a week tutaongea kwa simu maybe thrice. And then tutamit maybe, let's say, your thrice and tutaongea kwa simu. So, and I didn't mind that. It was enough because life is crazy. Life is very crazy. So akarudi, and then we didn't even patana the first week. Amerudi, nikalenga tu, and then the second week, and then the third week. So mi ndo nika prompt. Niko like, yo, what's good? You know, like see kama ulipata demu unanishow, you know, something like that. No, you know, I've been busy, blah blah blah. And me I'll tell you, I'm also busy. You can't say
you choose to make time.
You choose to make time. Plus, you even just saying that as your excuse, come on, you know.
I mean, wasn't he making time before? Wasn't he busy before? I'm so
wasn't he? Wasn't he? So one day randomly we just went for like a walk, a nice stroll, and then I just nikamuuliza tu, nikasema acha nimuulize tu. Then I asked him when was the last time he had sex. Akaniambia uko penye alikuwa hiyo business trip yake.
The last time. Oh, how did that make you feel?
Okay, I felt it's good I asked.
Oh yeah.
It's good I asked because hiyo ni kitu singejua until niulize.
And then now that I know,
I'm like, well, 1 + 1
equals
yeah.
Yeah.
And then nikaanza okay, see ati nikaanza I've been seeing hizo vitu zote
Yeah.
looking kind of orange, you know.
Yeah. And red flags
But
look pink. Yeah.
but I don't know how I felt venye tu alisema like
Really.
okay.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay, but
Yeah, I know.
kunoma, it's crazy. So I mean, yeah, that happened.
Wow.
What was the question?
Negative self-talk.
Okay, so
yeah.
so after that, meaning like Melanie Fala, you know, like nini, what's wrong with you? Kwani, yeah, evil. And then funny thing is, the moment I just switched off, rab to even ile raba inatoanga kila kitu. Hayachangi anything. I just felt like a heavy weight
Lifted off.
Yeah.
And I was like, I would have done this a long time ago and I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
That messed me up,
Yeah.
for a while.
Yeah. But you felt like you lost the opportunity. The negative self-talk was about losing him.
Wasting my time.
Wasting my time.
Good dance.
Bye.
Oh.
And then me nakwanga mse very straightforward.
Yeah.
Even if it will hurt me and tell me now.
Yeah.
Don't waste my time.
Yeah.
I value time so much because you grow, you learn hizo vitu zote. So iyo ku waste time. And then part of it was me. I wasted part of my time. Yeah, because of
Waiting
you
for
were
him.
false hope,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
So, I'm hoping I don't do that again.
Yeah.
I'm really hoping.
Wow.
So it's a continuous struggle, as she said.
It definitely is.
Tell me about your negative. You've talked about it.
My negative self-talk. I think I have. I've touched on most of the previous things that I have said. Yeah. I think personally for me now, I've been end of 2020 and 2021 has been a very transitional phase for me. And I'm still transitioning.
Yeah.
I'm just learning to extend myself a whole lot of grace. Just a lot of grace. Because Mimi, I always tell people there's a committee in my head. It's like 30 voices. Even now, just to quiet them down so I can talk here. There's another one changiering. No, say this.
It's like that cartoon. It's called Inside Out.
Inside Out.
Yeah. So I'm just learning. I just try and do what I can, you know. If you feel like you don't look great, try and look great, you know, put on something that makes you happy. Tell yourself nice things. I mean, it's not bad. I used to have this friend of mine. He used to tell me, you know, sometimes we have photos with me and I'm just like, wow, Joseph, please, you're too fine. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, sometimes you look at yourself, even you unajipita kwa kioo kwa nyumba, you're just like, please.
Smoking hot.
Yeah. So no, but I've learned to accept that and just to try and not talk myself down a lot. I was really resonating with what you're saying. Why would you do that? You're so dumb. Why would you? And words have power. Maya Angelou says words even stick to walls and spaces.
Wow.
And it's even worse when they stick to your heart and to your mind. So I'm really trying to stop talking myself down and also talking to myself in a negative way.
Yeah. I also recently learned that because I now, the whole adulting wife mom. Adulthood.
In general.
Adulting in general. I asked myself, no, this is it. This is adulting. Is this where you wanted to go? Tumefika pale tulikuwa tunaenda.
I always tell my small siblings.
Yeah.
Don't look at me and feel like I'm living the life. It might look like it. Yeah. But just enjoy your childhood.
You tell them that.
I always remind them. Always.
Well, yes, I used to struggle with the negative soul. But most importantly, I really used to just call myself a failure. What. Because I feel like, no, my parents are looking at me. What do I have? What have I done?
Yeah.
And then, now what is this?
Yeah.
As in, I had to dismantle all those things that I thought was success. I had to dismantle all those things that had built myself, like what a perfect wife should look like, how a perfect mom should be doing things, how a perfect employee should be doing things, and I told myself, and a sister and a friend, everything, and I told myself all these walls have to come down. And that affirmation, I started affirming myself, but I really went into a space of unlearning all those, the way you've said those voices in your head. Maybe I used to voice it. There can be thoughts, but now for myself, I used to actually, like, Nekesa, what are you doing? Like, actually, and it's something I've gotten so used to doing. Like, Nekesa, ona sasa chakula imemwagika, like maziwa imemwagika kama umesimama tu hapa.
Sometimes me laugh at
that was me the end of this week. Sasa your child
maziwa imemwagika when you're really just standing right here. What are you doing? Like, those are, for me, it's like slapping myself. It used to be that bad until I got to, like, in the morning when you wake up, fasting, I affirm myself. I'm going to have a good day, how I'm happy, how I'm just radiating energy and joy and happiness. And I just wake up and start affirming myself every morning, because all these things happen either in the shower or when you're just in those times when you're alone, in times when you can actually just sit and just, I really like it when everyone is asleep and I'm just left in the house. Either very late at night or very early in the morning. Like, I just sit and just decide how my day is going to be, how my week is going to be, how my month is going to be. And it's just been a huge learning phase, and I would like to pass it on to others. If someone is not doing that, because I said there's also a connection with mental health, your energies, how you're feeling, losing hope, or whether you'll walk around hopeless or your shoulders are like this. So me, when I enter, even in the office, like, I'm singing for them a song in the morning, good morning. I enter singing for them a song, and I'm so happy and bubbly, and I'm like, let's enjoy life. I really like TikToks are the ones that are giving me all this energy. I'm like, I don't care. I usually tell my small Faith, I usually tell her Faith is just going to really disown me. I usually send her the first one after I've already published. Now I send her the first one, like, disown me. And I just, it's my space, and I'm doing what I love, and I'm loving myself. And it's interesting how people are connecting with what I'm doing. I get inbox, like, on IG. I really love what you're doing. I love how you're taking up space and really loving yourself. Like, the transition is actually evident. It's being seen publicly out there. Because we've been, even in our age mates, we are shy because we're not making as much money. We are shy because you're not driving, the latest what
or
that is being driving at all. Or you're shy, or now you'll go quiet, or now your social media won't be doing what, or because you're just feeling, I'm not enough, or sijafika hapo. So you're there, kazi yako ni kuadmire watu, and you're there unless ama ujitoe kabisa social media, si ati ukue, lakini wewe umeamua mimi ni wa
and to update people on whose failures and who is winning. Did you see Nani, by the way? Did you see Nani? That used to be me until I noticed, and I had this recently on a podcast on Super Soul Sundays, that sometimes we are living on a culture that really thrives on gossip. And even those times when we sit down and talk about celebs, that's almost quote unquote gossip. So learning to purpose, even in your own space, like your home, to say, here we don't gossip about people. If we are saying something about someone, if it's not, because gossiping is actually murder. It's like little forms of murder, because it's a way of, it's like you're putting someone down. It's like you're scared of them, but now you can kill them in your mind, or in that little sphere of space where they're not around, So, and even when that word comes back to them, how it makes them feel, you know? So just being very intentional about not wanting negative talk around you, whether it's to you or about others. I've had instances where, and us as women, we do it a lot. Hey, you don't know me. And I'm just like, si umwambie basi. Si you tell her then. Yeah, just go and tell her. So, and even me, I catch myself sometimes, I'd be like, hey, have you had? It's like, Yvette, honestly. You know, so I catch myself. And when you practice that, you see. Because you've talked about being a cheerleader. You've seen the impact it has on people when you do that. Imagine doing the reverse. What kind of an impact does it have on someone? Talking down on someone, always highlighting their negatives. So if you see the impact that the Nini, being the positives when you do it has, how about we just try as much as we can to stick to that?
Wow, that is really impactful. I wanted to talk about being honest with yourself 24/7.
Yes,
because that's also a form of self-love. How honest are we? Are you the same person when doors are closed?
For me, like all the time, when you niko nje ndo niko ndani. Out, like see at kimwili. Outdoors and indoors. I try my best, even not just being honest with myself, even with the people around me. I try from a young age. I think niko class. I think class 8. I was just about to do my KCPE. I don't know what happened. I was just walking in town. I was going home. And I was having that funny conversation because I was just going home alone. Nikajiuliza, by the way, mbona mi udanganya sometimes. Wow. Imagine. And then I was just going home, nikafika bus station. I'm thinking about that question. And I'm like, do this. Try not to.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And from that time, if I lie, then I really have to. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Len medanganya my kid. Niko tu hapa chini, or I'm coming with sweets. Nothing. Any time I can say the truth, I can say it. And imagine it's all the time.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's always. Because even when you think, nikisema ukweli, itafanyika. Pia ukisema uongo, kitu ingine itafanyika. So you'd rather just be honest. Get over with it. Face, if you did something wrong, face it there. If you hurt someone, apple right then. So I try. I try to.
Yvette? I try to. I'm also big on wellness. And I've found that many times I don't follow my own advice. I'll be here. Be out cheerleader. Encourage yourself. And people come to my space and they live telling me, hey, I'm feeling something.
Really encouraged.
And I'm in my house, I'm just like, Yvette. Wow. And so now I try. Honestly, it's a constant struggle. True. But now I try to be very honest with myself. Brutally honest. There are times when I mess up and I tell myself, you know what? You just need to apologize there. Or you know what? You just need to do better. One thing about quitting your job, you're always in this honeymoon phase for now you're not working and everybody's applauding you for how you quit your job and you're so brave. And then now it really hits the fan. Now there are bills to be paid. Now there are things to be done. And I've really been struggling with just getting up and getting things done. And then, just a while back, I just told myself, imagine you're becoming lazy. Because problem no they finish. Today it's nanny. Today it's you don't have bus fare. Tomorrow it's your boyfriend giving you issues. So if you keep using all the problems in your life as an excuse, you will never do anything. So now, and I was praying the other day and I told my cousin this and she laughed. Because now I'm transitioning my business into something else. That's going to be very bold, but I'm trying. And I told her, I prayed and the only word I heard God say is do it with your chest. Wow. That's all I had. And it's like he was washing dishes, he was like, do it with your chest. And he went back to his dishes. And so I was telling her, that's all I've had God tell me. So now I'm going to do everything that I can, and I'm going to do it with my chest. And if I fail, I will fail with my chest, knowing that I did my all.
You gave it your all.
it either worked or it didn't. But I'm going to start doing things with me. That issue for using things as excuses and your traumas as a crutch and I really had to be brutal with myself and say, yeah, stop. So now it's a constant struggle, trying to be honest with myself. Even when it's particularly something I don't want to hear, even me telling it to myself, or I don't want to hear other people telling me. Yeah. So I try. Yeah.
Anyway, so at the end of the day, what are we doing better? Self-love. What are we doing differently?
Oh, a lot.
Like from this conversation, what are you taking out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we taking out? What are we going to do differently? Are we okay? Are we enough?
Yeah.
Yes, we are. I guess we should have more conversations.
Yeah.
The more people talk about stuff, the more comfortable people are, the more open people are to learning about it. Something like that, yeah. But yeah, I guess I'll continue trying to just show myself the best form of love, you know. And yeah, what I've recently been trying to do is just enjoying every moment, every slight, like sunrise, sunset, rain, or just the way it is right now, like the way the weather is right now. From my office, it's such a beautiful view. I just go there and I just talk to myself. It's like therapy for a while, and I finish off laughing, and I'm like, later.
That's really nice.
Yeah, and it's really, it works for me. It's so good. I keep myself in check because vitu zingine zifanyika unalenga, and then itakuja tu siku ingine, and then it might be a wrong time for it to come back, and all that. So yeah.
Okay. I'm doing for myself things that I would ordinarily want other people to do for me.
Wow.
Me, I'm very big on gifting. I'm very big on affirming. And I realize that sometimes I do that for people, even sometimes overdo it so they can do it for me too. Now I've just learned to do it for myself.
Wow.
So me, I love flowers. So now I buy for myself flowers. I also buy for my daughter flowers. Just so I try to do for myself things that I want other people to do for me. So that's what I'm doing different, and just constantly repeating in my head, you're enough, you're okay, you're doing great, to encourage myself and to push myself. Which is very hard for me to do, but I try to. So that's what I'm doing differently, and just to be very cognizant that it's just this one life. Tomorrow won't come back, so I can do it. Yesterday won't come back, so I can do it better. It's just now. And I like what you said about being present, because I really struggle with that. So enjoying the life that I have, enjoying small moments, and doing for myself things.
Wow. Ooh, I love that. So for me will be to actually, I'm just thinking, even this, like starting this podcast and just putting myself out there. For me, this is a form of self-love, because I mean, I'm not. It's not about money. It's not about anything. I just woke up and said, you know what? I love talking, and I've always told myself I'll do this thing called this. Let me just start and see
where it goes.
Yeah. And I just started. So for me, and of course that thing of we only have one life to live. What am I waiting for? To have that perfect word, nini. I'll just start from where I am. And I fought all those. There's the issue of the imposter syndrome and nini. I just fought them off, like naambia watu nini kama nani. That one, kama nani. But you know what?
Kama Nekesa.
Exactly. I'll just start, and if I get a soul or two that will connect with it, then why not? I'm sure, for me, the what was keeping me going was like, I'm sure there's someone who will, just one person who will connect, just one person who will understand what I'm saying, or really feel, wow, you imenijenga, so this podcast was a form of even self-love for me, just my own thing. And then and now, especially after having 2 kids, mothering and being a wife and just getting my own things, my own form of self-care, reading books, by the way. I joined this book club and all these things. Even starting this podcast was after maternity. I think after my maternity leave, this recent one. And then book club I joined when I was in maternity leave. So all these things were happening in spaces. For me, that was a very high pressure space I was in.
Yeah.
Hey, juggling those two kids at that time.
I don't know how you do it. I don't know.
And I just had to have spaces that were just for me. Hakuna mtoto na hakuna bwana.
It's just
They're just
you.
my spaces.
Yes.
And for me, those were moments that really filled my cup. So having that, reading a book and just discussing it with like-minded people, and doing this podcast, checking myself with the negative self-awareness for me has come through, because it means I will catch myself when I'm telling myself negative things, being unkind to myself, extending that grace you talked about, just extending grace to myself, like Nekesa, it's okay. You said what you said.
Yeah.
It's okay to make a
done.
mistake.
Yeah.
It's done. Let it go. You know. Now move on.
It's so hard.
Talk about stop focusing on the past.
Yeah.
Accept it.
Yeah.
You know, and that's the reason why also we focus on the past a lot instead of forge ahead. Then what's there tomorrow?
Yeah.
You know, move on.
Yeah.
If it's like a toxic relationship, drop it. Toxic people, drop them. You can do this, you know. And I learn a life. And then putting myself in spaces where I'm meeting new people, I really love that. And just enjoying conversations without putting people in boxes.
Yes.
Or without even just having this podcast and the people that I'm talking to. It's really building me up. Because I'm going to spaces where someone can tell you something on this podcast and you're like, oh, unataka ku.
You did not.
You want to react. But you're like,
Step up
okay.
for me.
Judging people less, just accepting people as they are, just being happy and present. Journaling is just actually a challenge I took up and I told you guys about it. So those are my small practices of self-love. TikToking is a big one, by the way. TikTok is self-love for me. It fills my cup and no one around me understands that.
TikTok away. They will catch up.
They'll have
Alphonse,
to.
another TikTok. Acha tukuondoke.
And you're like, bye.
By the way, when I didn't have a phone stand, it was, babe, niko ready sasa. Come.
Yeah.
And it's so pissed off when I make a mistake.
Thank God for a phone stand. Now you can make your mistakes.
Thank God for a phone stand. But yeah, basically that is the end. Guys, do you have any parting shots?
Well, I guess I'd say generally for the whole self-love topic, it's the self-awareness part is important. Could prevent mse kufika ile point. You think you're self-loving and now you're just being selfish. You get? Yeah. Like just creating the clear line. You know, you're being yourself, you're doing you, you're being happy and you're being at peace. You know, because when you're at peace, people around you, the people you keep around you, in Amansha vibes are right, you know.
Yeah,
So
true.
I guess I'd say that.
Yeah. Yvette?
I would say self-love, like I said, even in my definition, is just functioning in the fullness of your authenticity. Authenticity is just very groundbreaking for me because once you do that, there's a peace that comes with it. And when you're authentic, that means you're aligned. You're in alignment with your purpose, with your life, with what. So there's a peace that comes with it. And with that peace, when you're just doing you and you're in alignment, the love comes. The love comes. And also just know, and I hope that whoever listens to this just knows that it's not a mistake you're here.
Yeah.
It's like the universe is a bowl of soup. And your black pepper, your cinnamon, white pepper, and no one can white pepper like you do. No one can black pepper like you do. So if you tap into your authenticity and just love yourself for who you are, you'll add to the sauce. You'll bring some sauce to the sauce.
Yeah.
And when you look back, you won't want to do anything differently.
Yeah.
Because all experiences, both bad and good, are just part of your journey. You're exactly where you need to be. You're doing great. Yes, you're doing great. And love yourself. Because nobody can love you like you do. Yeah, teach us how to love you. You will teach people how to treat you.
Yeah.
How about you teach us how to love you by how you're loving yourself?
I love that.
Yeah.
Oh, I really love that. So thank you so much, guys, for listening. I know we have talked a lot. It's our strength. Always do come back. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.
It is always a pleasure to have hosted you. Thank you for listening. Follow us on the socials, Instagram and Twitter at BeDifferentKE, at I am Nekesa. Facebook is Nekesa Ochieng. Let's keep talking.